Alrighty, hey everyone. Yep, we're getting back on trail right where we got off here at the Agave Mexican Restaurant in Flagstaff. Now headed north, just over a 100-mile section, going all the way to the Grand Canyon. Well, we are less than 10 miles outside of Flagstaff, on the uphill of course, and we've already seen some more snow. When approaching Flagstaff on the Arizona Trail from the south, the Arizona Trail actually splits into two, a west and an eastern route. The eastern route completely bypasses the city, while the western route takes you through the city and is part of the Flagstaff urban route system. It's also where you get resupply. So if you resupply, you take the western route. But now, I'm at the point where the two routes have reconverged together and head northbound as one route. This is a very dry section with limited water resources, but here at mile 594.0, there is a little puddle, and hopefully it'll last for a little while. Hey, good evening. Well, we're camped here at mile 598.5. It's actually ended up being about a 17-mile day, not too bad, but right now we're resting and prepping for a bit of an uphill and some snow tomorrow morning. From what we hear, it's only supposed to be about a 3-mile section of snow, so we're trying to get to it before the sun turns it into slush.
We're trail stewards for this section, so we're up counting blowdowns.
Oh, yeah.
Work to do about this next piece.
We appreciate your work. Hey, good morning. Well, it was a great night. A little chilly, just perfect for sleeping though. Now we got about a 4.5-mile climb up to the Arizona Snowbowl. We've heard different reports though of the snow conditions up there. One end we heard that there's going to be 3 miles of post holing once we get up top. And another report said the snow's not bad, easy to walk on top of. So it all depends. But here's a good thing. There's a restaurant up there at the Arizona Snowbowl. Get some food, hot drinks, some water, because this is a dry section for the next probably like 20 miles other than stopping at that restaurant. So they have a water fountain, so we're gonna top up with water there. All right, well, we are now at mile 600 on the Arizona Trail. Mile 602.3, we got some amazing views. And here's the cool part, if you need water, there's the Alpha Fia tank with plenty of it. Up that way is Humphreys Peak. And according to this sign, it's only 4.8 miles, but I talked to some locals who said that, yeah, you definitely need technical equipment this time of year, and we don't have it, so we're not going. But right there is the Snowbowl restaurant, where apparently they got some good food, and we're gonna check that out. Okay, so apparently the restaurant, the lodge, is definitely closed, but there's this restaurant here, the Fremont, that should be open. I see a light on inside. Okay, so apparently this restaurant's also closed. They're supposed to be open from 9 to 4, but apparently that is not accurate. Closed. All right, bathrooms also locked and closed. And right over there is a dumpster, and they're getting my trash. And if you came here to get water and want to melt the snow, you may want to think twice. Well, there was definitely snow. There's only a few small patches here at mile 609, but there was definitely post-holeable snow between the Arizona Snowbowl at 603.5 through, I'd say about 5 miles, so 608.5. There's a nice looking bear box here at mile 612.7, but there's no water in it, so we gotta continue. But I totally lucked out. Here's a guy named Pasta Alfredo who's helping out his wife, who's doing a through hike, and he hooked me up with some water. Hey, good evening. Well, I'm here at camp at mile 615.0, making it only a 16.5 mile day, but hey, it is what it is. I got my tent set up, and I just finished my dinner, and pretty much just gonna chill and relax. It's a beautiful day here amongst the tall pines. Hey, good morning. Well, it was a great night. I tell you, I'm camping really well on this pine duff. Really comfortable, really warm. However, today, I'm not just looking at today, I'm looking at tomorrow. We got potential water situation. There's about 10 miles until the next water source, but after that, it's like 28.5 miles. So yeah, we may be doing a heavy water carry and starting in about 10 miles. But for now, I'm making breakfast. And yep, you see these turkey sausage links, that's smoked sausage links? Well, they go right here in this amazing instant barley with a little package of the flavor from a ramen noodle and chopped up sausage links. Yeah, it's a little break, a little change from the typical meals I've been eating, and it's delicious. So Woody here just went over to the Borrego trick tank to get some water. What do you think?
I would use it as an emergency source. There's definitely water available, but I think I clogged out my cotton filter trying to get water out of it. There's a drain field, essentially that collects rainwater that would go into the 1952 storage tank. And at the joint from that collection area to where it enters the tank via a tube, you can clear the pine needles and stuff out of the hole there, and you can find water. I used the cotton filter, I put the tube in there after clearing all the stuff out, and I drew, but I think it clogged up my filter, so I'm not even sure I can use it anymore. But I did get a liter of water out of it, so that's my a little more than a liter. I did get some water out of it. I think potable. It has a little bit of a funny taste to it as well, so I recommend this source if you can.
All right, thank you. There's a saying in life to never look back, but if you don't, sometimes you'll miss the beautiful views. And we have arrived at the East Cedar Tank, mile 624.7. After 10 miles, it's the first water we've seen. And it may be the last water for the next 28.5, so cameling up and maxing out water capacity. Just uphill is this metal enclosure tank with a pipe that has even fresher water coming out of it. Just down the road at mile 625.6 is the Bear Box by the Cedar Ridge Trailhead, and there is actually about 2 gallons of public water and a bunch of private water. So apparently there's a slight error in gut hook. When you go to the about section in the previous water source, it says the next water source is 28.5 miles away. But here at 629.7, just down the road, we've got Tub Tank, and look at all that amazing water. Oh yeah. Hey, good evening. Well, we're at mile 636.1, making it a 21.1 mile day. Not too bad. This section is very flat, very fast. You'll be putting in some big miles here. What a glorious view this morning. Flat terrain and hopefully fast. Elk. All right, welcome to Kaibab National Forest. Now this says Russell Tank is 11.6 miles, but Gut Hook is saying 8.7. I hope it's the latter. We've got the Russell Metal Water Tank at mile 654.1. Let's see what we've got. Bone dry here in the green trough. Except for a little splash of water right there. Okay, in the silver one, there is a little bit, I'd say maybe 5 inches of water. And here in the big tank, it's bone dry. Well, I've still got a liter of water with me, and it's only about 2.7 miles to the next water source, so I'm gonna leave that water there for hikers behind me. At mile 656.9, we have the Russell Tank Trailhead with a working bathroom with the doors that are actually open, and, yep, trash cans. Also at mile 656.9 is Russell Tank with plenty of water. If you look closely, there are actually fish in there, and, yep, those are goldfish. Well, there's something I haven't seen in a while, snow here at mile 660. Deer. Hey, good evening. Well, camp tonight at mile 661.3, making it a 25.2 mile day. This section today was flat, fast, really getting hot though here as we get closer to the Grand Canyon. The temperatures are definitely rising, which means more water consumption. But finally actually saw some large game. A lot of wildlife of the large variety, which is better than, you know, lizards and snakes and, you know, chipmunks and stuff. So yeah, pretty good. And good morning. Yep, the sun doesn't officially rise for about 20 more minutes, but I'm gonna try to get a little early start to avoid the heat. Here we've got Watson Tank at mile 672.4, but that's bone dry. I hear there's supposed to be a trick tank around here, but I don't see it. We're getting closer. Okay, so I just talked to a local who just happens to maintain this section of trail, and that trick tank that we couldn't find, To find it, it's approximately 1/4 to 1/2 mile north of the next intersection going Nobo from Watson Tank. Well, it looks like we're on the outskirts of the city of Tusayan, which is good because I need some water, preferably the kind of water that has hops and barley in it. Wow, this section is really fast. Completed the 20.8 miles in just 6 hours and 45 minutes. Not too bad, I'm here in time for lunch. All right, so I'm gonna set up base camp here in this town of Tusayan. And yeah, it's been a great section here on the trail. I love it. I haven't had a lot of bad days. And as I say, don't give up on a bad day, but we haven't had many. So for now, I'm gonna continue to hike on and
live on.